Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is yet another session for the two-day conference, which is being organized by the Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions. And we know very well that the title of this two-day conference is Unprecedented and Advanced Concepts of Computer Vision. I hope, dear students, you must have concentrated on the presentation of the papers. That session started at 12:15 and ended a little while ago. So those 3 hours must have been really beneficial for you, and you must have got a lot of things to learn. Uh, Dear students and all the participants in this meeting, we are waiting eagerly for Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu to join the meeting. As soon as he does, definitely his presentation will be there. And I would like to tell you that he is a corporate social responsibility philanthropist India at Microsoft. He is an official from Microsoft, and he will be delivering his presentation in a short while from now. Uh, we would like to tell you, yes, good afternoon, everyone. The students who are joining me later here in this conference are warmly welcomed here on behalf of the Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions. And we are in the first day of the conference, and this will be a keynote session that will be taken by Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu. He will be joining us pretty soon, I'm sure, and he is an official from Microsoft. Yes, good afternoon, everyone who is joining me here in this conference. And I would like to tell everyone that this will be the last session of this conference today, and the plenary speeches have been planned tomorrow as well. So you do have to join the conference tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow will be the second and the final day of this conference. So plenary sessions will be there, and the presentation of the research papers will also be there. So you do have to participate in two ways. Number one, for the plenary sessions, keynote speeches that will be delivered by the experts tomorrow, and also the presentation of the papers. So both of these sessions are going to be very, very advantageous for you. I have no doubt about this particular fact. Dear friends, these meetings, which are organized time to time by the Global Nature Care Centers group of institutions, are very much beneficial. They have been beneficial for the students, and this meeting is also this conference is no exception. It will be providing you a lot of benefits which you can use in your future years of careers. And most importantly, dear students, this conference is being organized during this calamity, natural calamity, I would say, when the coronavirus is wreaking havoc all around us. We are seeing our near and dear ones are suffering, and many are losing their lives also. But still, we are on the pursuit of knowledge. We do have to achieve some goals that we have set in our lives, and that's why this conference is really important for you. Definitely, yes, we are really depressed in one way or the other, but at the same time, we do have to maintain our confidence. We do have to maintain our morale. It must be flying high all the time so that uh, our mind is balanced. We are able to maintain our mental equilibrium, and we are always leading the path of success in our careers. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request the faculty members or officials who have joined from Global Nature Care Centers group of institutions to please let me know whether Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu has joined the meeting, joined this conference or not. As soon as he joins, definitely I will be reading out his introduction, and then his presentation will get underway. Again, I would like to welcome everyone concerned with this conference, the participants of this conference, the students, faculty members, and other officials who are with me here in this conference. And repeatedly, I've told the title of the conference, which is Unprecedented and Advanced Concepts of Computer Vision. This is the title to the conference, ladies and gentlemen. And this particular conference, two-day conference, I should say it's the conference which is being organized by the IT and the CS departments of the Global Nature Care Centers group of institutions. And actually, two plenary sessions had been planned, post-lunch session. But unfortunately, one of the presenters named Honorable Mr. Jasmeet Singh Sethi has shown his inability to participate in this conference. Actually, he has declined to participate in this conference. So he withdrew his name, and we've got only one plenary session, and that will be taken by Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu. He is from Microsoft, ladies and gentlemen, and we are waiting eagerly from his being present here. Honorable Dr. Sumit Nema, sir, are you here in this conference? Have you joined this conference, sir? Please let me know
Yes,
the
sir.
situation.
Sir,
What's the situation, sir? Yes, sir. Is Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu available, sir, in the meeting?
Sir, Harpreet sir is talking with Mr. Our keynote speaker, and
Okay.
just he is updating our status.
Oh, definitely, sir. There must be some,
Sir,
technical
Prasanna
glitches,
sir,
etc. Sir.
he is not able to join due to some technical issues. So I'm
Okay.
just asking him to join again.
Oh, yes, sir. Definitely, he must be trying, sir. He must be trying, and definitely he will be joining us soon, I suppose. So as soon as he joins, he will be delivering his presentation. Dear friends, regarding this meeting, some
But
more
sir, we have
information.
space because he's got some problem. Sumit sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir. I'm talking to the students, meanwhile, until he joins the meeting, until he joins the conference. I would like to tell about
We
the
have space, because he's got some technical issue.
Okay. Okay, yes. These technical issues will be overcome, sir, I think shortly, and then he will be joining us. Yes, dear students, I would like to tell you about the conference committee. I had told you in the first session also, pre-lunch session, I had told you about this conference committee. And again, I would like to repeat the contribution of these four members who have made this online conference possible during the time of pandemic and, as I said, natural calamity. First and foremost is the Honorable Chairman of the Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions, Shri Saurabh Baderia sir, who has given permission for this conference. Okay, two-day conference it is. I've told you recurringly. And apart from him, we have got the valuable support and accentuation, I should say, from the patron of this conference, Dr. Honorable Shri Rajiv Khatri sir, who is the director of the Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions. Organizing secretary is Honorable Dr. Sumit Nema sir, who is the head of the department CSE, Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions. What a magnificent personality. He is very cooperative, very gentle, and his valuable support has been Absolutely valuable, absolutely invaluable, I would say. Not valuable, but invaluable support he has really extended towards the success of this conference. And equally supportive has been the coordinator of this conference, Honorable Professor Vandana Pathak, Madam, Head of the Department IT, and she had been present right since the morning in the first session when I had been there to the college this morning, and she had been really supportive and cooperative there too. And her cooperation and support will be going on today as well as tomorrow, the last day of the meeting. And well, ladies and gentlemen, in the first session, I had told you that there has been some external support also for the success of this conference, and the external support has been extended by some, I should say luminaries. They have been luminary personalities from the academia, and I would like to enumerate their names, and they are like this. Dr. A.K. Sharma, the principal of the Jabalpur Engineering College, Jabalpur. He has been really very cooperative, and he's really presented us vital pieces of advice. Then Dr. Prabhat Patel, the professor, Department of ACR, GPV Bhopal. And the third person in the advisory committee list is Dr. Prashant Jain, who is the head of the department EC Jabalpur JEC. The fourth one is Dr. Bharat Mishra, Professor MGC GVV Chitrakoot. Fifth one is Dr. Sanjay Silakari, Professor, Department of CSE RGPV Bhopal. Dr. Ratish Agrawal has also been one of the advisory committee members. He is the professor, Department of IT, RGPP Bhopal. Dr. Mamta Lambert has extended her support and cooperation, and she is a professor from the Department of MCA, JEC Jabalpur. Dr. A.K. Nema, the professor of BHU, Varanasi University, is been pretty cooperative and helpful as well. Dr. Vinod Kapse, Director, NIET, Greater Noida. Dr. Jitendra Singh Thakur, Head of the Department of CS, JEC Jabalpur. Dr. A.K. Pandey, Professor MGC GVV, Chitrakoot. And Professor Lavleen K. Pabla, Head of the Department IT, JEC Jabalpur. These are the members, ladies and gentlemen, who have extended their supports as being the members of the advisory committee for this two-day conference. Okay, yeah, I do suppose that the keynote speaker, Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar, sir, will be joining us soon. Until then, I'm talking to you. I'm sharing some facts regarding this conference, which is a two-day affair, I've told you.
Prasan sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Sir.
Kishore sir has joined us, sir.
Okay, yes, definitely, sir, definitely. Thank you very much, sir, to provide me the information. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have been informed that Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar sir has joined the conference now. He is well available for his presentation, and a canned applause is going to come up, and thereafter I shall be reading out his his introduction.
Prasanna sir, Kishore
Yes,
sir
sir.
has joined us.
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you very much, sir, for informing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu has joined us, and I'm going to read out his introduction, which is available with me in hard copy. You're welcome, Kishore Thangavelu, sir. Your very gracious presence has really given us a lot of encouragement. We actually had got depressed because you got late to join the conference. We thought that due to technical issues, you won't be able to join and provide sufficient time to our students, but thankfully and fortunately, you have joined the conference in time. You are heartily welcomed here in this conference. Your introduction is available with me, Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar sir. And your introduction, which has been provided to me, is like this. You are concerned with corporate social responsibility, philanthropies, India at Microsoft. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu has over 5 years of experience as corporate social responsibility manager, and he has deployed over 20 CSR programs on employability, education, and environment across India for TCS CSR, and he has devised over 5 CSR program deployment structure and affirmative action objectives and goals for TCS CSR. Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Mr. Kishore Kumar Thangavelu sir has got more than 8 years of experience in web application design and development for various clients, including MNCs, NGOs, and government agencies. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar sir has got 5 years work, has worked for 5 years as web developer, creating applications on Express, Angular, GS, Java, Spring, Hibernate, MyBetis, and PISQL. He has also got 3 years experience as business and technical analyst, finalizing requirements and a design for more than 5 web and mobile applications. So this is a short introduction, ladies and gentlemen, of our keynote speaker today, and he is very much with us. I would like to request Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar sir to go ahead with his presentation, and I would like to request everyone, particularly the students, to welcome Honorable Mr. Kishore Kumar sir for his presentation. Sir, please go ahead with your presentation, Honorable Kishore Kumar sir.
Sure, thank you. Thank you, Prasanna sir. I think that's a great introduction. My apologies, team, for joining little late. Like I think I was trying to join the link, but then it came as meeting has cancelled. So I was trying couple of times, and then Harpreet has been following up with me, sharing multiple links. And then later he sent a mail. I think through the mail I was able to join. So the earlier links through WhatsApp were not leading to this meeting. That's what I understood. But then my apologies that I made you wait for a couple or say 10 minutes. But then I'm happy to extend my session for another 10 minutes and make sure that you are comfortable and you learn from me. So that's what I can assure. But then in the meantime, I want to understand, do they have next session at 4 also? As per the agenda, do they have one another session at 4 o'clock?
Sir, one of the keynote speakers has declined to participate in this conference because of some problems. So you are the only speaker, sir, in this particular plenary session. So you are the only speaker, sir.
Sure. No, I was asking, can I extend till 4:10 in case,
Yes, sir.
since I
Sure, sir.
joined late?
Yes, sir. Definitely, yes, sir. Definitely,
Sure.
yes. No problem. There will be. Yes,
Sure.
sir.
Thank you. Then
Sir, due
also
to
may I know
medical
who was
emergency, the
starting?
next speaker. Kishore sir, due to medical emergency, the next speaker is not able to continue, so you can continue with the speech.
Sure. Sure. So I just want to do justice to my role so that I will be there for another 10-15 minutes and then people can learn. So before I begin, also wanted to understand who are the target audience here. I see Prasanna sir and Harpreet sir, but then who are all the students attending this? I wanted to know from.
Sir, the audience is consisted of IIT students and CSE students. They are the second semester students, sir.
Okay, so these are second semester engineering students, especially from
Yes, sir.
science and IT, who are there in this
Yes, sir.
program.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you then. So let me begin my session quickly so that without wasting much ado, I understand the students are undergoing an packed schedule. I did see them like they have been having sessions from morning. I did notice a session from my previous employer, Tata Consultancy Services also. So can somebody share their insights from what did they learn from them? Even though I work with Microsoft, I did work with Tata Consultancy Services for 8 years, and this is my second year with Microsoft here. So I have been working for 10 years now. So just wanted to hear from one or two students. So what did they learn since morning? I think the team has put up an extraordinary set of speakers who are coming and sharing their what to say knowledge and well-being thoughts for the student fraternity here. I thank Prasanna sir and Harpreet for this. But in the meantime, before I kickstart, would want to hear from a couple of students what did they understand or what are they learning from their session since morning. Also would like to hear from what did they learn from their session with Tata Consultancy Services also, if it was completed. Can any student unmute and then share their views? Is it that students can't speak? Is it only that they text? Is it?
Yeah, they basically share about the cloud computing thing, and also they in the main time the people asked about the ML model deployment. Also, they shared out that thing also, and the basics of AWS, of the things which are in there, Microsoft Azure.
Okay, so this is from whom?
Yeah.
This is from which session, Siddhant? Like wanted to understand this is from which session?
This is from the second, like the second session by the TCS.
Sure. So, but then what is the overall learning from morning? I understand. I understood that TCS session has been focused more on cloud solution, and they had provided access to Azure and then AWS. So they had made know that. But then, what is the overall learning from morning? Because you have 2 days of packed schedule, correct? So, what were your thought processes when the team has scheduled these sessions to you, and then how is it going at this juncture?
We were thinking about the new things which we will learn, the new corporate things which companies are using for the production deployments thing. And for the first lecture, which was by the Preeti Khanna ma'am, she is from the Triple IT DM College.
Okay.
She talked about their researches in the biometric field of medical researches. She did
Okay.
it. It
Sure.
was our
Great.
computer vision.
Okay. So good to hear, because that would give me some context, correct? So that I would not do something which is not in alignment with what has been done. So that's the reason I'm trying to ask. Maybe hear from one another student before we kind of go further. Happy to hear. I just want these sessions to be more interactive so that all of us kind of contribute together for our betterment, correct? It shouldn't be that I'm here and I say something and you should follow, correct? So might be one another student can also share their views. How is it going, or is it in alignment with what are you thinking?
Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, Musamil.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, since morning we were learning about all the ongoing processes about artificial intelligence, and means they are related to our stream only.
Okay.
And the hosts which were delivering their uh, speeches, they were telling about in which fields we can go and we can make our careers.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So I think we spent a good 10 minutes here speaking with Siddhant and Muzammil, understanding from them about the sessions. So might be I'll just
Excuse me,
quickly
sir.
spread. Yeah, please.
Okay. Sir, we even got to know about robotic process automation,
Okay. So what did you
where he
understand
taught
from
us
that?
that how things are like connected in an online platform, like the banking. First, previously it was like physical. All the things were physical, but now through Google, like there are services like Google and Phone Pay. They taught us how things are connected in an online mode. And it was like they even taught us about blue prism RPA, robotic process automation. That is how things are end to end operational activities are there. These are secured, and means there are less risks. Like people these days scare about online banking, so they are fully secured and even trusted.
Okay, so you got to know about RPA from them. Understand? Sure. So might be I will share one another perspective today. I think your both the sessions have been around technology, and then how do you leverage technology in your day-to-day tasks, or how do you leverage those in your studies, correct? You might be learning something in the college, and then they would be sharing about a couple of technologies used by them, which in return can help you to think broader.
Sir,
I think that might be the perspective of their sessions. Yeah, please tell.
sir,
Yeah, please.
I would like to share also.
Go ahead, Shitish. Happy to.
So it was
Yeah.
an energetic start of today's session. Yes, sir. It was a very
Okay.
energetic start of today's session. We learned about the use and application of machine learning and artificial intelligence in medical science, etc. And I think ma'am told us about the Adams algorithm she used to reduce the noise from the images taken, the scans taken
Okay.
from the, I think it was the eyeballs. And Bakchi sir and Brijesh sir also told us about the cloud computing. They told us about some softwares like Blue Prism. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Good to hear from you, Kshitij. Yeah. So happy to know that students are forthcoming and sharing their views. That itself sets the context, and that itself is a great, what to say, tribute to Harpreet, how he has been managing these sessions. I'm kind of happy with the responses given by Arpita, Siddhant, Shitish, and then yeah. So let me first go through some of the things which I wanted to share with you, and then anyhow I will be happy to spend some 20 minutes good time with you where you can ask more questions, and I would be happy to respond to your queries. I would want that to be the next part. So let me take, it is 3:22 now. So let me take till 3:50 where I will share some of the things which I wanted to share with you all, and then we can
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Prasanna Pathak. I think I'm audible to all of you. Maybe there is some technical problem. That's why the key is unable.
Sir, your audio.
Sure, thank you, sir. I think let me quickly begin. I think there was some delay. Sure, let me quickly begin then. So I will share a couple of things to you friends today. So one is around something called as Microsoft's Global Skilling Initiative. So before even I tell what it is, I would also share some aspects around that to you, because like Microsoft, you might be knowing already about certain things, correct? When somebody hears about Microsoft, they know about various platforms, they know about various tools Microsoft produces. So all your basic day-to-day work runs around Microsoft. Let it be your Microsoft Word, Excel, or let it be your PowerPoint, let it be your Microsoft Access. From your childhood, from the age of standard, I think you are getting used to Microsoft products, right? And then now you have tools like, now we are having this meeting in Webex, but then you have your Teams, and then you have something called Kaizala, which is an equivalent of what to say, WhatsApp. Um, a lot of products which are being used not only by education institutions but also by the common man, and then like it is people across the globe. Our mission is very broad based. It is to empower each and every person, each and every organization in the globe to achieve more. So that you can understand, it is very simple. So through Microsoft's products, through Microsoft's technology, each and every organization to achieve more by leveraging them. That's a kind of a common global mission with which Microsoft operates. And then I am part of the Microsoft philanthropies team. I think I am getting muted. Is it because like somebody is trying to mute all? I think so. No issues. So what I was trying to tell is I'm part of corporate Microsoft philanthropies team. which is in other words called as corporate social responsibility team. So Microsoft is present in 175 plus countries across the globe. So we do have philanthropies being done in all these countries, and then we have some 14 regional heads who are present in different geographies. So India is a different geography because it's a diverse country, it's a subcontinent, you know that. So we have a separate team here. So we are a 3-member team who are based out of Gurugram region, and then we try to kind of deploy corporate social responsibility or social welfare programs across the country. And my mandate in Microsoft is to deploy technology for social impact projects. And also we have something called artificial intelligence for good. So when I say artificial intelligence for good, I think you were mentioning that there is artificial intelligence, and your peer, like previous session, people mentioned that. So Microsoft is trying to go one step further, where we not only do business using artificial intelligence because we have data scientists and then others who are there. We also wanted to leverage artificial intelligence as something that can help people to do good. So artificial intelligence for good is one of our core philanthropy's mandate in Microsoft, and I handle that for India. So to reiterate, I am part of the philanthropist team in India. I have been working with Microsoft for 2 years, and then in Microsoft, my role is to deploy social programs, especially around technology for social impact, especially around use artificial intelligence and do something community. Correct. So that's the other thing. Programs, and then I think these are the 3 major things I take care in India. Apart from that, we have other things like disaster. Yeah, I think some it's getting muted. Like I'm not sure. Okay, sure. So what I'm trying to tell is very simple. I think I'm going little slow so that you are able to hear and then comprehend what I'm trying to tell. And I'm trying to repeat also twice and thrice what I'm saying, so that you know that when you spend 1 hour with me, you are going out of the session with some kind of satisfaction that yeah, he told 10 items. I know all those 10 items clearly. Correct. So that's the expectation with which I am trying to deliver this session. So you are clear as of now what's my role. You are clear as of now what is Microsoft mission. You are clear as of now what do I take care of in a philanthropist team. That is nothing but technology for social impact, artificial intelligence for good, and digital skilling programs. When I say digital skilling programs, those are the programs which we do for job seekers, programs for youth, programs for college dropouts, program for college school students, where they can kind of get skilled in latest technologies, and in return they can kind of get jobs. Correct. So that's how we do digital skilling program. And through today's session, I would focus myself on 2 areas. One is on artificial intelligence for good, other is on digital skilling. And again, under digital skilling programs, there are multiple programs, but I will restrict it to one program called Global Skills Initiative. That program is there for everyone across the globe, and that is even applicable for all of you. So I thought I will share or restrict myself to these 2 things, so that you can follow up on these 2 areas, work more, study more, and then enhance your profile, and even follow up through Harpreet sir, and then make additional advancements in those technologies. So that's my thought process for now. Is it clear till now? Do you have any questions on what I have mentioned till now? So shall I go ahead and then cover those 2 things which I am trying to say about artificial intelligence for good and global skills initiative? Yeah. Okay. I think Siddhant says yes, which means I agree. Sure. So when I say artificial intelligence for good, so what I would want to say is all the organizations across the globe these days work on artificial intelligence. So that's what was resonated in your previous 2 sessions also. And machine learning is again a subset of artificial intelligence. So where we try to kind of train the models based on the various data sets we give to them, and then the model in return is kind of working, and then we are able to produce results where in places where we have right. So this are most of the models and most of the build models. And Microsoft also does that. There are a lot of projects. There are a lot of projects in Microsoft around that. Like we do have 100+ projects deployed in all the countries around artificial intelligence. But I would restrict myself to artificial intelligence projects around good only. That's around philanthropy. So I will give a couple of examples which we are doing that in return can help you to understand how artificial intelligence is used. Correct. So one of the project which I am taking care is, like before that I will mention what are the subcategories of that. Artificial intelligence for good is subdivided into 5 categories in India. Okay, so it is called artificial intelligence for earth. Those are the environment related projects where you can use artificial intelligence. Then we have artificial intelligence for cultural heritage. Then we have artificial intelligence for education. Then we have artificial intelligence. One is artificial intelligence for earth, artificial intelligence for cultural heritage, artificial intelligence for education. Then we have artificial intelligence for humanitarian action, that is nothing but disasters, people, war, and etc. So how do we solve the challenges around them? And last is artificial intelligence for accessibility. Fine. So the how to use artificial intelligence and solve the problem for people with disabilities, nothing but artificial intelligence for accessibility. The reason why I am sharing this information to you is every quarter Microsoft invites applications from students, colleges, social enterprises, non-profits, and everybody who wants to kind of use artificial intelligence and solve any one such problem in the country. So they can actually apply, and Microsoft normally evaluates them. And if they find this is a good problem statement and this can be supported, Microsoft normally provides with funding, and Microsoft even provides with data scientists and Azure and other things. Azure, as you know, it's a cloud, correct? In order to build any solution, you would need some cloud. So they will give that, and in return they will promote. So there have been multiple institutions in India who are at least working on one of the artificial intelligence for good projects. So there is an Vivekananda Institute in Delhi, I guess. They work on couple of projects I have noticed. Then IIIT, IITs also work on them. But I do feel global institution also can work, and students who are hearing this now can also work. So that's my thought process. So that's where I'm trying to say that Microsoft has this opportunity. So you can always think about how do you leverage artificial intelligence and how do you solve. And then to give some examples, sir, how does it work? Can you give some examples which will make us to relate, and then we can also start thinking? I will give a couple of examples which I am running currently. One is an artificial intelligence for humanitarian action project, which is deployed through Seeds India. Seeds India is a non-profit which is based out of Bangalore. And Seeds India is again working with an Vishweshwarya, I think, college in Nagpur. There is an university in Nagpur, I think Vishweshwarya College. I'm not sure of the exact name of the institute. They work with them. And what do they try to do is they build a machine learning or artificial intelligence model which is going to predict at the individual household level what is the type of warning or to say danger that is going to come to them when there is a flood. For example, to explain it further, when you say there is a cyclone coming, when you say there is a flood coming, you will normally receive some information telling that this flood is going to be 100 centimeter rain, or wind is going to come at 60 kilometer per hour. Correct. This is the information that will come from the meteorological department. But then what does that mean for an individual person? Correct. If you are having a thatched roof house, if you are having a cement brick house, if you are having a two-storied building, so how do you relate it with the warning message and your house and know what is the kind of remedial steps I should take? Correct. There is a difference. Correct. So what happens is here Microsoft, Seeds India, and then we have a non-profit partner, one more technology partner called Graminer. So they take the topographical map of the country. So they know that each and every location, how much they are at elevation, how much they are at what to say, how much they are at the tip, like how much they are at the bottom. So they will get the complete topography. They have the sky map of the location, and then based on the nature of the house, based on the elevation at which this house is present, based on the quality of material that is used in the construction of that house, and then they will use the warning that has come from the meteorological department, and they will convey to each and every household person that, hey, your house is a thatched roof house, your house is a cement brick house, and they are telling it is 50 centimeter rainfall, and your house is at this depth, or your house is at low topography region, which means for this rainfall your house will be flooded by 5 centimeter, which means you will not be able to sustain this, you need to evacuate, or you need to take things outside and other things. Correct? Hope you understand. So this is an individual household level prediction for each and every house when there is a flood. So this is what the model does. This was done last year, and this year they are trying to even move it to other disasters also. Now, so you are having extreme heat wave. So like across India and Delhi and other places. Normally everyone will tell warning, telling that yeah, temperature is going to go 50 degrees. Keep yourself hydrated or something else. But then based on the type of house you are having, based on the type of location at which your house, it would be great for you to even receive an individual customized message, correct? To tell that, see, your house is like this, your house has this kind of temperature inside your house, outside temperature is 50, your house temperature will add another 3 degree, which means you are standing at 53 degree at 3 o'clock in the evening, and you are kind of a person who has already these kind of health issues, so you need to take these things. So this prediction for a particular locality or a particular community at individual houses is what the model is doing. So this is nothing but an AA for humanitarian action model, where first it was you predicting for flood, now it is predicting for heat wave, and tomorrow it will even predict for earthquake also. Hope you understand. So this is one such a solution which we are working at this juncture around AI, and this is done by college only. And then one another solution, if you ask me, like we have deaf people, correct? So deaf people cannot, they will do sign, but they cannot come back. Like when somebody speaks to them, they will not understand. So we need to sign to them, and in return they will sign back, but we will not understand sign. So there are a lot of challenges. We need interpreters, and we will work with them. So now doing with something called IIT Madras, and there is something called AA for Bharat, is we are trying to ensure that we collect the largest data set of Indian Sign Language. Currently, there is no data set for Indian Sign Language, first of all. So we are going to build some 60,000 60,000 videos of Indian Sign Language, which is nothing but a data set which will be given to the model. So anything that is given to a machine learning model is a data set, correct? So that is used to train the model, telling that if people will do like this, that means hello. If people will do like this in different other format, 10 different format, they are also again hello only. So if one comes and does one sign language, the model predicts and then conveys back that actually that person is telling hello, correct? No. So what we are trying to do is data set on Indian sign number, trying to kind of convert each and every sign language into a word. Any who has a sign language that gets converted into word, so that common person can understand that through a tool, and whatever he's trying to convey back will get converted into sign language, so that the deaf person also can understand. So we are trying to integrate this with Teams, and we understand that this is a hectic task. You cannot do for so many things around the world for which people will be signing. So we are restricting for now to an workspace related environment. For example, deaf people are mostly hired under accessibility rules. Most of the organization hire people with disability to make sure that they are supporting people with disability. Microsoft also hires people with deaf people for roles on roles like BPO and other things, where we have high-end customers who are deploying Microsoft suite, but they need some support, some back-end support they need. So there is a small team we have around that. So we hire deaf people for those roles. So what we are trying to do is, for those people, for those regular interaction, their interaction must be hardly some 100 words in a year. Their interaction mostly goes around that. There will be an high-end customer who might be calling them. They would be telling my Word is not interacting, or my Excel is not getting installed, or my Windows 7 has some issues. And then these people are being there to help them to get them installed. Correct? These are routine tasks. And we are wanting people with disability to at least join those roles so that they can feel empowered that they work with Microsoft and then they work there. And in order to help them in order to say interact easily with the customers who are going to call them, we are working on this too. So this is an AI for accessibility project where we are trying to help people with disability in their workplace communication. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to share with you to tell that you can tell always machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything is fine. At the end of the day, for what are you learning them and where are they going to get used, or what are their relevance? This is something which is also important. Today, what I say is artificial intelligence can also be done through C++, can also be done to Java also. I don't know, means correct. So I sometimes I do hear students say that I heard RPA, I did that, I heard about machine learning, I heard about many other things. What is artificial intelligence today can become something else tomorrow also. Something can become Kishore language also, correct. Something called C language can get converted into Kishore's language also if I do some language, correct. Language technology will always keep changing. What I need you to understand, there are two things I will tell as an outcome of these two stories which I mentioned to you. One is, as students, you can also avail these opportunities from Microsoft, apply for some unique ideas from your institute, and then if it gets selected, build them and then grow. Correct. This is one. But the second thing is the technologies which are there in the market, which were there in the market, will be there in the market, will keep changing. Don't just go beyond technologies or behind technologies and decide that this is what my route will be, this is what I will take. They go behind the problem statement and then see how can you be someone who provides solution to the problem statement, and then choose which is the best technology that is suitable to provide the solution to the problem statement. Correct. So you instead of doing something very complex using artificial intelligence and solving a problem, if you can solve simply using an Excel, I would say please do that. Doesn't mean that you know artificial intelligence, you have to go and do an artificial intelligence solution for that. Correct. This clarity is very important. Like, so that I'm telling, these options which are coming from Microsoft are all places where you can go and solve something for the community using your knowledge. Correct. So that you know that this is my problem statement and this is what I will try to resolve. And then one of the requirement here is artificial intelligence, but this needs artificial intelligence. That is why I'm doing that project. Correct. No. So there are two things, as I rightly said. One, I want all of you to apply for these things whenever, like I will share the links to Harpreet. You will get to know the links from where you can access them, know more about them. And then whenever there are application life cycles, you can apply through the institute. I think you will be better to apply through institute. Might be Harpreet and as other professors can decide who are the students, or internally college can also do a competition asking people to submit ideas, and the best ones can be applied there, and in return Microsoft let them evaluate, and it will do good for you all, so that you will always be able to relate to what you are studying and then ensure that you are able to provide solution. That is one. Second is, don't go beyond technology anytime. Technology will keep changing. What is RPA today can become SPA tomorrow, or something else day after tomorrow also. Your focus shall always be behind how can I as an engineer provide solution to a problem that exists in the country or any other place. If you go to job tomorrow also, how can I provide solution to the problem that exists there, and which is the best solution, or which is the best thing that can help me to get that solution. Correct. That is more important than the technologies. So this is where it stands. Before I go into global skills initiative, I would want to hear from you any comment, feedback, or otherwise shall I go to the other piece around digital skilling, which is again helpful for you only. Shall I proceed? Sure. Thank you. Then I think yes, yes, let's go. Fine. So the second piece which I wanted to share for the day is around something called Global Skills Initiative. So this is launched by Microsoft in the month of June 2020, and that is available till December 2021, but it will be extended further also. So what is this Global Skills Initiative and why it has been launched? What does that mean is, like, understand that most of the jobs are getting digital, most of the jobs are becoming digital, and whatever technologies we study today are not relevant tomorrow. Jobs are kind of getting converted also, and with COVID you do see that all of us have kind of moved into complete digital mode as well. This 2-day workshop, which otherwise should have been happening in your college with some kind of big pandal and then all of you coming and sitting and hearing me, is now happening through this WebEx, where we are just kind of connected from my home and I am just kind of doing my work and then coming and speaking to you. So you see that there has been an enormous transformation happening in the economy, and then the economy as a whole is becoming digital economy, correct? So you see that the jobs which were there earlier are not available today. The jobs which are not available today are not available day after tomorrow also, correct? That you agree, you know that. So there has been complete digital transformation of the economy, there has been complete digital transformation of the jobs, there has been complete digital transformation of the outcome of these jobs also. So what Microsoft is trying to do is, Microsoft in collaboration with LinkedIn, in collaboration with GitHub. So Microsoft, LinkedIn and GitHub are our entities only. So these are all Microsoft organization, have launched something called Global Skills Initiative, where they are trying to say what are the latest jobs, or what are all the jobs that have lot of demand in the economy by 2025, and they are trying to map it up with the current year also. Fine. What they try to do is, LinkedIn has something called LinkedIn economic graph, that normally determines in a specific geography who are all the companies who are the types of jobs that are needed in the companies are needed in this economy, with considering the transformation that happens, correct? Baiju is now very famous app. Other 5-10 years back, Baiju was not at all needed. A lot of seeing so much time white hat junior advertisements are coming these days, but 2 years back there is nothing around white hat junior at all, correct? So the way how things are transforming, the way where jobs, the this engineers who are listening to me can go and get placed. So that is something which is very important, correct? No, so here are all the lot of jobs that are available. What are all the skill sets I should gain to get those jobs, and what are all the ways so that I can go and get those jobs, so that my engineering and I'm able to kind of move it to the next level, correct? That's the kind of a thought process which you will be having, and that is what the thought process even Microsoft has. So Microsoft in collaboration with LinkedIn and GitHub has launched this Global Skills Initiative, whose objective is again to ensure that 25 million people across the globe, let it be job seekers, students and others, get the right skills which are necessary to help them get jobs in the upcoming digital economy. Fine. So that's the kind of a motto with which this program was launched. So when you say how does this program run, this program runs with something called LinkedIn Opportunity Graph. That's the first thing for you to look into, which where you will find, say I am in India, which region I am in, I am in North India. Then what are the type of jobs that are available in India, especially around the digital jobs. So you will go and search in LinkedIn. Okay, I will share the links, like links and everything I will share after this call to you, but now I will use my time to give the details to you. So first you will start with that. You will go to LinkedIn economic graph, you will go and see I am in India, so you will select geography India, you will select which location you belong to, Bangalore, Hyderabad, etc. Then you will say which are all the latest digital jobs, or which are all the highest recruitment jobs. Okay, then you will say for this highest recruitment jobs, which are all the companies that are hiring us for. Then they will give a list of companies who are hiring you. Then you will choose from that which are all the ones that are apt for me, which are the ones I should study, correct? Then they will give you a learning pathway. asking you that, okay, you have chosen software developer and you have already seen that HP, Amazon and TCS are the ones who are hiring the most in the next 3 months for the role of software developer. So if you would want to go and apply for those jobs, then please complete this pathway. So this is what Microsoft devices under this global skilling initiative. Okay, so what happens is you will go and complete that pathway. So that pathway will consist of some 10 course, 10 sessions. It will have some 20 hours, 30 hours. It depends. Each pathway has different duration. Each pathway is of different what say combination. So you will complete that. So you will complete a 20 hours course around software developer in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn will give a certificate to you. You will get certified using LinkedIn, and then LinkedIn will move you to the soft skill module, where they will give you some 8 hours courses on what are all the critical soft skills which are needed at this juncture, like work collaboration, working from remote. So there are some important soft skills that you need to complete. You will complete them also under LinkedIn. That is your second part. You will go to LinkedIn Graph. You will find out which is the good way, which is the job in demand. You will select which is the organizations that are hiring people for the job in demand. Then you will choose one learning pathway from a list of some 10-15 pathways will be there, and then you will complete that pathway. That pathway is for some 20 hours, 24 hours it will be. And once you complete the pathway, you will get a LinkedIn certificate. Correct. Once you get that, LinkedIn moves you to one another place where you will study all the critical soft skills that are needed for you to get jobs. That includes all those your work collaboration, culture, like basic things which you will learn in your college, because your placement cell and others will also be doing some soft skill parts. Those pieces are not covered there. Some additional skills which are mostly missed out in the curriculum or in the college, around them only these modules are there, that you will complete. That is the second thing. And once you do that, LinkedIn again opens you a place where you can create your video profile, which is very important these days. And then it will also help you with tips on how to create a LinkedIn profile, how to, what are the best practices and other things. And there is also an artificial intelligence tool in LinkedIn that will help you to prepare for basic interview questions in an interview. Correct. If you go your strength, your weakness, how are you, how about you. So there are multiple questions which normally are asked in an interview. Correct. So there is an artificial intelligence tool where you can answer to those questions in a video format or a text format. That tool will kind of review your answers and provide solutions to you, and then you can kind of respond back, and then it will correct your things. So that's the third piece there. You will complete the pathway, you will complete the critical soft skill module, you will prepare your video profile, you will kind of do fourth thing, that is nothing but you will attend that artificial intelligence tool, and then prepare yourself for an interview. Fifth thing, in LinkedIn, by doing all these things, your profile will be made as link open to work, and then all these certification and courses which you are completing in this program will all be listed there, telling that, say for example, Siddhant completed software developer module. Siddhant, he is certified in Elite 1 certification will come. Siddhant completed say a soft skill module, these things, he is a certified professional. Then his video profile is so and so, and he will also complete all the LinkedIn basic materials and everything. So these are all the things in LinkedIn. Okay, this is one aspect of that. Then in something called Microsoft Learn, now that you have learned about software developer, then you would want to now say, under software developer, I would need to industry recognized certification. Correct. So Microsoft has lot of industry recognized certification, Azure certification, Dynamics 365 certification, then they have data science certification. There are like basic fundamentals, Microsoft Office specialist certification. There are a lot of free certifications that are available. Not, they are not free earlier, but now under global skills initiative they are free certification. So what you would do as a student is, now that you have completed one pathway, you will go to Microsoft Learn. You will choose one of the certification from Microsoft which is relevant to what pathway you have chosen. You will attend all those sessions. You will go to a testing center. You will complete the certification. And for all the education institutions who are using this, I think there is something called A1 free licenses that I will speak with Harpreet how to manage that. Certifications are available for free, so you can complete an industry recognized certification from Microsoft. This is similar to your Java certificate from Oracle, or it is similar to your IBM studied professional. Similarly, it's a Microsoft certificate. you are telling, no, like mentioned about Amazon, the cloud, and they also mentioned about Azure. So you can complete your Azure certification in the MS Learn also. Correct. Which means again that will add your LinkedIn profile. Correct. That is your second thing. That's your fourth thing you can keep. Then once you have done the basic module, because you need to build projects, correct? You kind of have practical knowledge. So there is a students where $100 worth of credits are given free for many students. So you use your Azure for Students offer, get $100 worth Azure. $100 means, you know, $100 into 100 into 75 rupees. That much worth dollars. That much worth credit of Azure is free for you. You go to GitHub, learn the basic fundamentals of any one course. Like it can be your Java, it can be your Ruby on Rails, it can be your PHP or anything. And then you can use the cloud, that is Azure cloud, as your backup. And then you develop a project using GitHub. So repository, GitHub Learning has all the courses you want. GitHub Learning gives basic fundamentals on all. Then once you complete the course, they will give a certificate. Correct. You are already certified from MS Learn. You have already got a certification from LinkedIn on a software developer or any other thing, cyber security, anything you can take. That's fine. You also have completed a course in GitHub Learning and deployed a project in GitHub Learning using Microsoft's free Azure credits and etc. With that, your learning pathway looks complete. Correct. You have taken an industry recognized course. You have completed an industry recognized certificate. You have done an industry recognized project also in GitHub. And then all of these are again getting reflected in your LinkedIn profile, which got created with your video profile. And then LinkedIn in return is kind of getting linked to 250,000 companies across the globe. So for people who are searching for similar skill sets which you have gained through this process in the Global Skills Initiative, they will be able to match your profiles because already you have shown your profile as open to work, and already you have made sure that whatever you are learning is reflecting in the LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is anyhow collecting data from 250,000 companies, asking them to kind of recruit all the students who are completing these skill sets, and in return that will enable you to get some jobs. Additionally, Upwork is one another platform similar to LinkedIn, where again you can upload all your profiles and other things, because that also helps you to link to jobs. And there is one another platform in LinkedIn where for the skill sets you have, you can actually go and see what are the other jobs I can get. That's another thing which you can explore also. That is called LinkedIn Career Explorer. For example, sometimes you will learn basics of Word, and then you will think I am only suitable for a teacher job. I'm just giving a random example, don't relate it to that. But normally for knowing Word, there will be 100 different jobs you are eligible for. Correct. Sometimes student will have that mindset. I have studied PHP, I have studied basics of Java, and I know this much in Word. So these are my 5 basic skill sets. What are the type of jobs I am eligible for? So that is something called LinkedIn Career Explorer. You can even use that functionality to determine what are the skill sets you have and what are the jobs you are eligible for, and actually you can update your profiles accordingly also. Correct. So now we are around 3:58. I have kind of exceeded the time limit which I mentioned. I will take 2 more minutes and close here. Means I understand there might be people who were sharing some decks to you, but I'm not sharing any deck. Reason being, I just want to speak and interact with you, and the material which I am sharing will be made available to you through the mail, and then professors will be sharing it with you, the links for your artificial intelligence for good, or the links for your sorry, Global Skills Initiative. I will share all the links. Where do you go and study your LinkedIn course? Where do you study your Microsoft Learn course? Where do you study your Azure Credit course? And additionally, there is something called Artificial Intelligence Classroom, and there is something called Artificial Intelligence Lab. There is something called Artificial Intelligence, I think, School. There are 3-4 things from Microsoft also, where you can kind of enroll and then complete a certification course. So the artificial intelligence classroom is happening with NASCOM, and it is deployed across the country. And then any student has to undergo some 7 days of training, I guess. It's a complete series of sessions which you will complete. Then they will give a certificate telling that you have, these are live. It's not that self-study module I'm telling. These are the live classroom sessions which you can attend. Microsoft is doing that also. One is you can attend the global skills component complete all whatever I mentioned and then close. Second is you can also go for a focused study on one technology. Correct. So that is nothing but if you want to focus more on data science and AI, then there is something called AI classroom series which is happening with NASCOM. Any student can attend that and then complete that classroom. There is a schedule of sessions happening, that links I will share. You can enroll and then you can complete that certification. That will be like some 10 days of classes or some 7 days of classroom. You have to attend the training, virtual training only, and then you can get certified. That is called AI classroom. There is something called AI school. There is something called AI lab. There is something called AI business school, whose links I will share, which are all the live demo modules which are available on AI, which will help you to learn, and then that in return can provide you more idea about how will you apply for AI for good. Correct. Because you would want to apply for AI for good, but before that you would want to know some more examples, some more basics and understanding and study, that you can do there. That is my second thing. And around cloud and then around cyber security, there are good programs which we run. We do run program for girls on cyber security, where we kind of work with final year students or like even passed out students, help them undergo a 400-hour course on cyber security and get them placed in top cyber security institutions and organization across the globe. You are in second semester, you have time, but then it's good to know more about that, because cyber security is an emerging space, and with so much digital transformation happening, there are a lot of cybersecurity job roles available in the country. You can think about that as an additional career option. So data science, artificial intelligence is one where we can give a lot of material for you to study. Cyber security is one another thing. Cyber security, data privacy, etc. Those all security related things. That is the second area where we can help you with a lot of content and material and ongoing sessions. There are a lot of sessions happening also. You can enroll to them, get certified. Whenever I say anything which is certified, that involves Microsoft certificate, or it will also involve industry certificate, or it will involve certificate from government also. These cyber security programs which I am mentioning are run in collaboration with, I think, the Ministry of Electronics and Technology. So you will have the certificate from ICA from there. So that's a ministry's body which is responsible for running this institution. You might be knowing this NILET and the CDAC institutions. So these programs are happening through them, but happening for free, and then happening for students to get their skill sets. So you can apply for them also. Either do Global Skills Initiative, get certified, and then that is written going to help you to link to jobs.
सेमिनार अटेंड नहीं कर रहे
I think somebody is not on mute. Yeah, that is one way. Second way is on go in-depth focus on any one skill and then learn more. So I can give for data science and AI, I will give all the modules which are needed. Or if you want to choose cyber security or data security, I will send that also to you. You can choose. The third thing which Microsoft works is cloud. That is nothing but Azure. So there are a lot of ongoing sessions around Azure and cloud and cloud 365, etc. We have a lot of ongoing sessions plus industry webinars plus current sessions also. We will send links to you and you can even register for them. So cloud, AI, cyber security are the technology specific programs where you can enroll for live sessions, or you can enroll for self-study. You can complete certification free, anything you can do, and you can go up in life. This is one option from me. The second option is take that Global Skills Initiative itself as a whole, where you will complete one learning pathway. You will complete a soft skill module. You will improve your profile in LinkedIn, and then you will complete an industry certification. You will complete a project in GitHub. You will complete the GitHub learning, and then you will link them all to your LinkedIn profile. And in return, because you have been part of Global Skills Initiative and you have done all this work, and then LinkedIn is mapping your profile to the 250,000 employers who are looking for people with that skill set, because what you are trying to achieve in this program is nothing but which is in demand by those companies. Because at the end of the day, your starting point is that only. Correct. You are not studying randomly anything. You are studying something which is in demand in the company, or which is in demand in the digital economy. So when you study that and update back, which is quite easily relatable to those companies who are hiring people for those skill sets only. And by you uploading or updating those skill sets in LinkedIn, you will be able to kind of get mapped to jobs. And anyhow, you have 2 more years, you will do it leisurely and complete and update it. And by the time you complete your third semester, third year or fourth year, already I'm hoping there will be some kind of connections with organizations on your skill sets, which you have uploaded in LinkedIn, and hoping that that will help you to kind of feel stay relevant to what the companies require, and also reduce the burden on the placement cell where they would want companies to come to your colleges and hire. Because campus placement happens, but then with the kind of transformation happening across the globe, I don't think campus placements will remain forever. So these are the next generation level of hiring, and many of the companies hire like this only these days. So I think you should stay relevant to the skill sets and update them in the platforms, is what my opinion is. Yeah, I'll stop here. We'll take 10 more minutes if you have any questions, or otherwise we can go from there.
Afternoon, sir.
Yes, yeah. I think if somebody
Sir,
can
this is
help,
Ram.
one minute, Ram. Let me also. I think there are some questions in chat which I'm not able to read. Might be if yeah, Harpreet sir or somebody can help me once the questions from students are over, I will be happy to even answer those questions in the chat also. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Ram. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. So this is Ram Awasthi. Sir, you really make this 1 hour very productive and worth it to us. Sir, I just wanted to know, is there any a particular pathway that we can follow and we can compete in the IT industry to become a level of any IIT and any NIT student?
I think all those 10, 11 pathways which would be there in LinkedIn are all the in-demand jobs, correct? When I say choose a pathway from that LinkedIn graph, I would say those pathways are those pathways where there is job, correct? Which means that is an in-demand pathway, correct? No. So what I am requiring is, I would not say you choose only this pathway. You can choose one among those 10, because they themselves have filtered from the so many pathways and then given it, and they are giving it to you, correct? No. So there are multiple things you can do, but LinkedIn has kind of filtered and then chosen some pathway for you, and then they are keeping it there. So you can go there and then choose from that any one which you feel you are comfortable with and do. That is one way of doing it, one answer for you. But your question is different. Your question is, say, what shall I choose as an aspiring student, so that if I go deeper there, I will be able to match the skill sets of an IIT student, correct? Your question is that other thing. One you already understood, you would go to the LinkedIn and choose one of the pathway. But even for IIT students also, we suggest the same. From this pathways, you choose something and etc. So I would say, from the correct demands of the economy, I do see how economy is evolving, or how it is evolving over the generation. Digital is going to stay for always, and whatever was supposed to happen in 8 years or 10 years has happened in 1 year. Correct. So everybody has made education digital, even though whether education in digital is good or not, that is different case. That's something different to be discussed, but it is here to stay. Correct. So this is just one example. Your logistics is completely automated these days. Your construction workers, for example, I would give one example to you. We are working with a program for L&T. You know, Larsen and Toubro construction company. Correct. So what we are trying to do them is, we are an IT company and you are all core IT professional. So you should be thinking what Microsoft work has worked with the L&T. Correct. But the thing is, if you go and check what are the next level jobs in construction, it will directly show you 3D printing, modeling, all those like kind of greenhouses, automated houses like that. Everything digital only are the next level of jobs, or next level in construction. Correct. Which means L&T needs to turn digital quickly. Correct. So what Microsoft is trying to do with L&T is, they already have something called Construction Skills Training Institute of India. They have some 10 institutions across India where normally they hire people, then do training for 1 year, and then they will recruit all of them to their company. So we are going and then trying to work with them and provide these digital skills from Microsoft to them. So we are providing basic digital literacy starting from Word, PPT, PowerPoint, etc. We do provide 3D modeling to them, 3D printing to them. So some other skills also to them. in return they are able to kind of gain them all, and in return my L&T is capable of having his workforce who are digital. This is an expected scenario for a construction worker. Then think about how a core IT person should be and how an CS IT student should be. Correct. So my only thought process is all those upcoming digital job related technologies are very vital. These job technologies or these technologies are not only transforming IT but are transforming other industries also. So I would not want to answer telling that you choose AI, you choose data, you choose cybersecurity. I don't want to restrict my answer like that. You choose from those 5 to 7 technologies or technologies which are the in-demand technologies for the next 10 years, and then work deeper in them. And Microsoft is working in cloud AI and data security among those technologies, but we are also supporting this 3D printing and other things also. So we are also not restricting ourselves to only these three. Correct. Even though most of our business comes from cloud AI and cybersecurity, we do have projects and programs with others where we even work with people on other technologies that are in demand till 2025 or even further. So my simple answer, I think I gave a lengthy answer to you, but overall context is don't restrict it to one, but select from those 10 technologies or 15 technologies which are all the ones which are in demand, and then choose a couple of them from them. And if you ask me where to begin with, LinkedIn economic graph is the first place to begin with. You can even go to skills build and begin with. Even you can go to Accenture, also has one another program where they mention that there are multiple good places where you can go and start beginning, because IBM program is good in, like Microsoft's global skills initiative is good in cloud, AI and cybersecurity. IBM programs are also there, something called skills build. They are good in blockchain and IoT, and even they are also very important technologies for the next few years. Even you can study from there. I want myself to be very agnostic. I don't want to say that I am from Microsoft, I will promote only what we study or what we promote or what we do. I'm wanting to be very neutral and say which are all good for you. You can even explore IBM skills build, you can explore Microsoft global skills initiative, even you can explore something around Accenture also. And answer is choose from those 10 or 15 technologies which are in demand, and those 10 or 15 can be chosen from these platforms which I am mentioning. And from there you take one or two and then start working deeper on them. Did I answer you, Ram?
Thanks. Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
I think we have another 3 minutes only. So is there anybody else who has any questions to ask?
Am I audible? So, hello.
Yes, yes.
So, good afternoon, sir. First of all, your 1 hour is surely very many beneficial for us. So, my question for you is, how do I create a team according to you for a channel?
What is that? Can you come again? You want to create a team. Sorry, come again. I lost you in middle.
How do I create a team according to you for a channel?
For what, ma'am? I didn't. You want to create a team, but for what?
For any purpose, just you say for humanity,
Hi, that's
education.
how you correct. You can always like how you make your final year projects, how you make internships. So you normally make teams, correct? 4 members, 5 members. You can choose whomever you are comfortable with, who are there. You can speak with colleges. You can speak with your computer science professors, and then form a team, and then apply for artificial intelligence for good. Global Skills Initiative does not have a team. It is an individual learning module. So in order to accomplish things in Global Skills Initiative, I don't think team is needed. Teams are needed only for these challenges like artificial intelligence for good challenge. For that you can apply. Okay, no? Did I answer you?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
so the team can be formed with college guidance.
I want to ask one more question, if you allow me.
Please go ahead.
Sir, so I have an idea and I want to digitalize the education sector as well. But I wanted to know how the Microsoft AI system can help me in that field. If I want to
So
execute,
you
I don't have that much technical knowledge. I'm still learning. So how Microsoft can help me to make my ideas in the ground reality?
correct. See, all these technologies are available to solve problems. Correct. You agree, and I also agree. So, if you are seeing a problem that exists in the community, and if you know there is a solution, but if you don't know what are the technical nitty-gritties of solving that, that should be fine. You apply. Correct. But you have to be clear on the output. Correct. No. You know, I'm standing at A, and you know I need to reach B, but you don't know how to reach between A and B. But you feel artificial intelligence can help you to reach between A to B. You have some idea about artificial intelligence. So there are two steps to this question. One, you will go and understand and study about artificial intelligence basics. You will study about some, you will get some certification under artificial intelligence so that you are convinced that for your problem to reach from A to B, artificial intelligence is the best solution. Correct. Actually, it might be in many ways that solution can be reached. Your problem from A and reaching B can be done even through using C++ also, for example. So first, you will go and study artificial intelligence courses. You will become a basic knowledge person in artificial intelligence, and then you will get convinced that for this education problem which you have, artificial intelligence is the right thing to help you to provide the solution. Then once you have already got the basics of artificial intelligence, and once you are convinced that artificial intelligence only can provide solution for you to move from A to B, which means then you will directly apply for that, and Microsoft will provide, if they are also convinced with what you are telling, then they will provide data scientists to help you in reaching from A to B, and they will provide cloud to help you host that in somewhere so that you can move from A to B. Is
Thank
that
you,
the
sir.
answer? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. So I am really waiting for that all the link that you have sent to us.
Sure, I'll ensure that it is sent to you. I'll send a single mail with all those things. You can explore them all and then take it from there. So then we can wind it up. Does anybody have any other question? I think there is one question in the chat
So-
window. Siddhant has been asking, I guess. Correct.
Yes.
Somebody is asking how is artificial intelligence helpful to physically impaired people. So I gave one example recently. Correct. That's an example for physically impaired only. For deaf people, how artificial intelligence model are helping them to kind of communicate. Like for example, in order to speak, convert your sign language into your word, and then convert your word into sign language, you need a trained model. Correct. You cannot keep on working on that spot. Intelligence is playing a vital role here, where models are trained with some lot of data sets, and in return that is kind of getting integrated in like Cisco WebEx or in Teams, and then when if a deaf person is joining these calls, if he does signing, you will get the words, and if somebody speaks words, he gets the signings. So this is one easy example of artificial intelligence. So this is answer to Chavi. But then if you want other examples, I can give some more also. Like there are many other projects around accessibility where artificial intelligence is playing a vital role, but I think this is one example which I spoke some time back. And Siddhant is telling, I attended AI 900 course by Microsoft. Is there any certification program by Microsoft for DevOps, Kubernetes, and Docker? I think it is there. You can check it from Microsoft Learn and also from GitHub, because I have seen that Kubernetes is available in GitHub also. I will send links to you. Like you can choose it from that only. That if you start from there, it will help you. That's the question from Siddhant. So any other questions? I think this is two. And Shitish Sharma is asking, will you provide link? That I will ensure it is there. I will be giving there. Correct. And I think there is one question. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I have answered all. So Harpreet sir, so should we kind of close the session here so that I can go to my other activities?
I have one more question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, how to empower entrepreneurs by Microsoft AI?
I think there is
Am I
some network issue from your side. Questions
Am I
always break
request
from
to
your.
Professor Harpreet sir, please give a vote of thanks to sir. Harpreet sir, are you online? Prasan sir, are you online?
Yes, sir. I'm very much available, sir.
Sir, please give a vote of thanks to sir.
Yes, definitely. Yes, sir. Your presentation has been absolutely wonderful, sir. And on behalf of the Global Nature Care Centers Group of Institutions, I would like to thank you, sir. My heartfelt gratitude towards you, sir, that you have participated in this conference and made this conference a successful, sir, today. Your presentation has been absolutely intelligible to these friends. And when these friends were asking the questions, as I suggested, that they were really eager and curious to know from you about artificial intelligence. So your presentation, sir, has been absolutely terrific. Wonderful presentation, sir. Students have really been benefited from your presentation, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely, yes.
For your kind words. I think anyhow it's a basic preliminary session where I kind of try to explain things in layman terms to them. But then I think the links which I share will help them to kind of work further. And you can always be in touch with me where we can do something fruitful out of this meeting, because it shouldn't look like that I just came for 1 hour and students learn something here. It should look like how did you take it from here and what is that you have done as an institution with Microsoft. I'm
Yes,
looking
sir.
forward to that fruitful
Definitely, sir. Your time is valuable, sir. Otherwise, I think, sir, had you been with us for another 30 minutes or so, there must have been much more questions from these students, sir. I'm sure they were really asking you questions, so
Yes,
in a bulk. So
yes,
your
we'll
presentation, sir.
happy to kind of support students more. So I think I am getting a couple of calls also. We'll drop now. Yeah, sure. Thank you then. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Thanks very much for your time, sir. Thanks very much for being here, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also, this is Harpreet, sir.
Please, sir, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Kishore, sir. So,
Yes. Yes, sir. He has just left the meeting, Honorable Mr. Kishore, sir. He just left the meeting.
very much.
Yes, sir. His presentation
Thank you,
has
sir.
been, yeah, sir. His presentation has been superb, sir. And I've proposed
Thank you,
my
sir.
vote of thanks on behalf of the Global Nature Care. So yes, this was the last plenary session this day, which is the first day of the conference. And tomorrow, dear students, I would like to have your company at 9:45 a.m. Tomorrow will be the second and the last day of this conference. And unprecedented and advanced concepts of computer vision. This conference has been superbly conducted today by all of us. I won't say that the participation was really thin, the participation was really lukewarm. I won't say the participation was absolutely exciting from all the students. Okay, and the presentation of research paper was also magnificent, as I've been told. So tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. sharp, all the students will be expected here. And we from here, Global Nature Care Centers group of institutions, will be joining you. So, Mr., do you have to say anything?
No, sir. Tomorrow morning, 9:45 sharp, students. You again join the same link. Otherwise, in morning again, and we will share the links.
Okay, so, sir, should we close this day, first day of the conference, sir?
Yes, sir.
Should I close?
Today's sessions we can conclude it.
Okay, definitely. Yes. Thank you very much, students, for joining this conference, day one. Tomorrow, we will be really waiting for your company at 9:45 a.m. Thank you very much, Sumit sir, for being with us. And it's a goodbye from all of us. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.